well as class 5.html. Class 5.html and class 5.js. Come to the class 5.js file. Create a class name customer. Create object. Next, inside this class, again we'll have a constructor. Write array this dot. But this in constructor you don't need anything. Constructor you can remove also, because in that we'll have directly a function that will get the data from somewhere. Get user. Constructor we required if you are creating any kind of global variable. If you are not creating any global variable, you don't need constructor. Okay. So now come inside. Right here, a variable data equal to h2 user list. Close the h2. Okay, ready? Now come down. Right there, document dot get element by id container dot inner html equal to that data variable. Now we'll come to the HTML file and we'll call this function called getUser using the object 5. Object is created. Now come to that file class 5.html. HTML, start here, follow the head, link to script src, class 5.js, follow the body tag, h1, class object with HAPI, okay, one button click. Getting the interview calls is not surprise. You will get lot of interview calls. तो उसने बोला कि तुम 3 year MCQ तो थोड़ा ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस 3 years MCQ तो किसका मैंने प्रोजेक्ट ही नहीं किया only knowledge expectation is more or salary expectation is also more. Object 5 dot get user function we can call. Then come down. Use maybe one BR. Then write a div tag. ID equal to container. ID equal to container. Now run this file and check once. Run this file and click on button. The printing user list. So function is calling plus class object created. Button click, event happen, and then it's happen. But we'll not run this file directly. We have to run through local server, JSON server, not JSON server. That one, live server. So you will close this file from here and open this file in VS Code. This file, class object folder, open VS Code. In class object folder, open the VS Code. In class object folder, open CMD, and in that CMD write code space dot VS Code will open. Okay, ready? VS Code is open. Come to the VS Code. In VS Code, we can go to the class 5.js and class 5.html. Class 5.js and class 5.html. So in class 5.html file, button click, we are calling the function. Person was called in that. We save the number. One number is saved in this first step of check. Object 5.getUser function. Now we can come to the class 5.js file. In class 5.js file, you will do some changes. Class 5.html, you check with the live server, it is opening or not. Class 5.js file, HTML file. JS file you can't run directly in the browser. Class 5.html file, you run directly with live server. See that is coming here, correct? Because whenever you use the fetch method will not work directly. It's need live server. Okay, so fetch method and Ajax by mistake also don't run directly. You must run through the live server. Okay. Now come inside that class py.js file. Here use a fetch function. In fetch function, we'll add the URL of that uh, I'll guide you which URL will come here. Fetch function. Now come to the internet and search JSON placeholder. Fetch function we wrote. Now come to the internet and search the JSON placeholder. JSON placeholder. JSON placeholder API. Search this line. JSON placeholder API. JSON placeholder API. This website will open. JSON placeholder tpcode.com something. Open that. Okay, open this website, JSON placeholder tpcode.com. In that, you have a link called users. Scroll down, you have a link called users. Click on that users link. Click on that users link. Now this URL we need to copy and put here. URL we need to copy and keep here. I'll share the URL in chat also. Okay, added. Now come down. Dot then response. Again response dot JSON. Response dot JSON dot then okay user array alert the length user array dot length dot length user array dot length. Okay, hope ready. Save it. Sequence. How many length? 10. Right. In this URL now you see what are the inputs you have? Name, ID, many are there. So we'll print the name, we'll print the email, then we'll print the city, address.city we have to print. Then we can print the company dot name. So name will come, email will come, city will come, and company name will come as the output. So we'll go here now and we'll run the map. User array dot map. User comma index. User comma index. User comma index. Now you will write here data plus equal to open div tag and again close the div tag. Open div tag, close the div tag. Then you will come inside data plus equal to open the h3, write user dot name plus close the h3. Next, after that, 3, 4 input. user.email, user.address, .city, user.address.city, user.company, .name. Check now, anything is printing? No, not happen. Why? Data is here only. You know why? Because you have written this line outside. You have to cut from here and paste after the map. If you print outside, before running the loop, it will print the statement. Okay, hope completed. Check now. List is coming. List is coming, but all are coming such a big font size. Why it is so? Everywhere we have follow H3. Remaining all should be P tab. All should be P tab. Yeah. It should be as a P tab. Should be as a P tab. And for this division now, you write a class called how many users you want to display, 3 or 4. If you display here 1, 2, 4, let's display 4. A for you are 4. Class name is 4. Okay. We can write some CSS and we can make 4 user in one line. And we can write some CSS and display the 4 users in one line. Right, we can write some CSS now. So CSS, in which file we should write? Index dot, not index dot, class 5 dot HTML. Data is listing. Data is listing. Okay. Then we'll come to the HTML file, class 5.html. Write one CSS, the core script. Style open close. Keep inside dot for display colon inline block padding 2%, margin 2%, 2%, 4%, 4%, 8%. So it will become as a 17% width now. 17 and 8. 25. So give the width now. 16.5%. 0.5% space is required for something else. Then it should display total 4 block in one line. Then see 4 users in one line. Write some kind of box shadow from left side 10px, from top also 10px, and shadow also 10px, and as gray color. Check now. So it should like something like this. Something like this. Good. Write some shadow, box shadow. Okay, working. Next, this function onload you can call same function. Same function you call onload. So once your page will load, automatically this data will come. We don't require any kind of button at all. Onload only the function will get called. You can remove the function and try it. Happen on load. As soon as the page will load, data will come. This user list we have written, we can remove that. It will look more clean. You have written here H2. H2 let it be the data, but clear the content. So just variable declaration. Just variable declaration. Variable declaration. Variable declaration. Now you can see your page will look clean. Page looking clean. Now come to the next example. Next example. In the same folder, you can create another file. Give file call localStorage.html. 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 Next, after this, in local storage, which data we will display? You see here. This data came from server. This data came from server. Now this all the data we will store in browser memory. This all the data came from server. We'll have a button called save. Once you click on save, this all the data will go to the browser memory. And after that we will go to other page. In other page, again we will fetch this data. From where? Browser memory. Correct? So as of now, you are getting this data from the server displaying. But in another page, you will not fetch this data from server. You will fetch from the browser memory. That how you will store? Using local storage. So how to do that? It is very simple. Only three functions we have. localStorage.setData to store the data. localStorage.getData to fetch the data. and localStorage.clear to delete the data. Using clear function, you will delete the data from browser memory. Using set function, you can store the data, and using get function, you can fetch the data. Okay, get item, set item, and clear. So first in this file, you create a button in the beginning. Write a button called save in local storage. Save in local storage. Save in local storage. Save in local storage. After saving in local storage, now we need to call a button here. On click equal to object 5 dot save. Object 5 dot save. Object 5 dot save. Okay. Now you will go to the function. Which function? Which file? JavaScript file. That is called class5.js file. Go to the class5.js and write a function called save. Function called save. Alert it. Okay. Alert call. Okay. Check now. Button is working. Yes. Button is working. Now this button this button will what this button will do is this button will okay, let's write like this. This function we have written, no, fetch function. Fetch function we have written. Copy everything from here. Copy everything from here. After that, copy everything from here and paste under this save function. Everything, A to Z, copy paste. And this what map and all you have written, you delete this section. You don't need to do any kind of mapping here. Just we are reading the data from server and we are going to make a alert. We are going to make a alert. First alert it. Check now, button click. What is the alert? Object of dot length we need to alert. It should do dot length, dot length, dot length. How many? 10. So 10 record came, right? From where? Server. Now this 10 record, when I click here, it is saying called 10. The same record, no? Same 10 record, right? Since you are calling the same URL. Next, after this data, which you have user data, you are going to convert into JSON. Right here, call a variable JSON data equal to JSON.stringify. JSON.stringify user array. So this becomes what? Array to JSON. Array to JSON. This becomes an array to JSON. You are converting from where to where? Array to JSON. From backend, data came in the form of JSON. JSON you converted into array and you saw the length is fine. Now we want to store this data in the browser memory. So array you cannot store. Array you cannot store. You have to convert into JSON again. Okay. So we wrote call JSON data equal to JSON.stringify user array. Next, after that, you write here a line called localStorage.setItem. 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 Next, after this, inside this, we have to create a variable all user, comma, content in the form of JSON what we have stored. So data came from the server, converted into JSON, and JSON data you store under the local storage. Right here, storing under local storage. Storing under the local storage. Storing under the local storage. We are storing under the local storage. Eswarya, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Now, next, after sending the data to local storage, you need to write an alert. Call data sent to local storage. 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 Check once, button click alert, data are going to local storage. Alert is coming. Data gone to local storage. Now, after that, we will redirect the page to other page. Which page we have? We have made one page for localStorage.html. Let's write here window dot location dot href. That another file local storage dot html. Window dot location dot href equal to local storage dot html. Local storage dot html. Page is redirecting. Check once. Page will get redirect automatically. Once you click on the button, data sent to local storage and it will go to the next page. That page is blank. We have not written anything. Come to the next page now. That is called localStorage.html. Start from HTML and follow the head, follow the script, write a function, get data, come down to the body, h1, data from local storage. Data from local storage, right here. Now this function you call onload. Onload equal to, call that function. Okay. Data from local storage, onload, this is calling. So when you have created the local storage, which function you follow? Local storage dot, look at here. Local storage dot, which function? Set function. Set item. What is your variable name? All user. Right? Come to this file again. Write a variable my user equal to, not my user. Right here, JSON data equal to local storage dot get item. And what was your variable name? Variable name I'm talking. All user. Variable name is all user. Because before storing in local storage, you have converted your data in the JSON. You have converted in JSON. Before storing in local storage, you have changed your data in JSON or not? Look at here. Before sending to local storage, you have converted your data into the JSON. And in local storage, you are storing your data in JSON. Correct. Now, when you fetch the data from local storage, what it will give you? It will give you JSON only. All user is a variable name and it is holding the content in the form of JSON. So localStorage.getItem will give you the data in the form of again JSON only. Now again from JSON we have to convert into array. How to do that? User array equal to JSON dot parse. JSON dot parse. In the previous file you have seen JSON dot stringify, right? For what purpose? JSON to, not JSON to, array to JSON. JSON dot stringify function we have used for array to JSON. Now your data is in the form of JSON. So what you are doing? JSON to array. We are converting from JSON to array. And the name of the array is user array. Now write a alert here. User array dot length. User array dot length. User array dot length. Refresh the page. Local storage file. See what is the length? 10. Local storage.html file. Refresh it. See what is the length? So how many users we have sent in local storage? 10. And from local storage you are fetching how many users is giving? 10. But before storing in local storage, your data should be in the JSON format. After fetching again, you must have to convert into JSON to array. This becomes a high-fi level example. We will create some lower level example. Okay. Now let's create a list and display inside the page. So what we will do? Inside this length, let it be same. Create a variable data equal to empty. Right? Data equal to empty. Map function we have written in previous example. Same map function copy and paste here. Same map function copy and paste here. Map function, you copied from previous file. Here written map function, no? Here user array dot map. Exact same two line. You copy and paste here. User array dot map, and after that container is not there. You need to create a container here. Division ID equal to container. Don't write any CSS for user class. Just write the CSS for container. Grid you can use. Automatically it will display number of column, certain number of column. So write it now. Container will print. Confirm. Data will get printed here. Data will get printed here. Data is printing. Okay. But this is not coming from the server. This content is not coming from the server. In the previous file, it came from server and given to local storage. Now this file you open tomorrow also. Which file? localStorage.html. You open tomorrow directly, you will see data will be there. Till you will not clear the history of your browser, data will remain same. You don't need to call from the server at all. Just you run this file localStorage.html tomorrow or in evening, anytime you run today, you will see the data. Because data came from server and it got stored in your browser memory through technique called local storage. Local storage has stored, local storage only is fetching. So it will be a store till date, you will not clear the browser history. If you clear the browser history, then data will get erased. Okay. Now write some CSS for this container. You can write in beginning style open close. Write inside hash. This one. Hash this one. And after that, you can write here call width, not width, display grid. Display grid. And after that, grid column, grid template column. How many you want to display? 3 or 4 or 5? 3 or 5? Auto, 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 and auto. 5 times we have written. So 5 column it will create. Then for class 4 you have written, give some margin and padding. 4 class is there. For that you can give some margin. Margin maybe 40 px. 40 px will be okay. That's all. You can check now. Automatically it will generate 5 column. Each column will have a gap of 40 and 40. Each column will have a gap of 40 and 40. Rotate. Check now. See how many records. 10 will come. After that, automatically 6 column will get created. Oh, 5 is coming for me. Okay, because 5 times we have written auto. So 5 column will get created. This data has come from local storage. We will create a button localStorage.clear and will delete all data also. Okay, we can create a button. First CSS is completed. Now come down. At last write a button called where clear all. Clear all. Inside will write localStorage.clear. Clear. After that, window.location.reload or localStorage.clear and call this function. Which function? Get data. Get data. Get data will call the data from local storage. It will not find anything. Page will become empty. We'll create a button here. Click to clear local storage. Click to clear local storage. On click equal to call the function clear all. On click equal to call the function clear all. Okay, let's check now. Clear is happening. Okay, clear will happen, but I think we have to reload the page. Yeah, after clearing, you have to, instead of calling this function, let's reload the page. Local storage, not local storage, window dot location dot reload. After clearing the data, reload the list. Okay, and again you write here ahref. In a p tag, you write a ahref. Href equal to ahref equal to call back to list, back to API. That is called class5.html. Class5.html. So first you clear it, window.location.reload you do, and then after that call this line back to API. You can clear also as well as you can this line. I'll write a comment to clear data from local storage. This line is for what purpose? To reload the list, reload the current page. clear all to reload the current page. This is to clear data from local storage. And again, I have given a link here called back to API, where you can go and bring the data again. So add these 2-3 lines. I will give you these 2 files. Hold on. Okay, rotate. Let me show you the what is the flow. Flow is here something like this. Now data is not coming. Back to API. This is coming from where? API. Again, save in local storage. Data sent to local storage and redirect to which page? Local storage. Now in local storage, data is coming from the browser memory. Right? Again, clear it. Data got erased. Again, I'll go back to where? Back to API. This coming from the server. Save in local storage. Send to local storage. Come to the localStorage.html. Data appear here. This is how it is happening.